Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey full of twists, turns, triumphs, and trials. Along the way, we all face moments when we're knocked down, broken, or feel like we've hit rock bottom. It's in those moments, the hard ones, that we're given a choice to stay down or to rebuild. Rebuilding yourself isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. But hear me when I say this, it's possible. You see, life isn't about avoiding failure. Failure is part of the process. It's the soil where growth takes root. Every setback, every mistake, every no you hear is a brick handed to you. The question is, will you use those bricks to build a wall that blocks you? Or will you use them to build a staircase to climb higher? Failure is not an endpoint, it's a stepping stone. Often we view failure as a definitive marker of our inadequacy, a sign that we aren't good enough or capable of succeeding. But that perspective needs to shift. Failure is, in fact, one of life's most valuable teachers. It's where the lessons we truly need to grow are waiting for us to uncover them. When you fail, you're not starting from zero, you're starting from experience. Think about it. Every successful person you admire has faced failure, likely more than once. They've fallen, made mistakes, and encountered roadblocks. But what separates them from others is their willingness to embrace those moments as opportunities. Failure strips away the unnecessary and forces us to confront the core of who we are. It's a chance to ask, what can I learn from this? And how can I improve? When you approach failure with this mindset, it transforms from a source of shame into a catalyst for growth. Failure also builds resilience. Each time you fall and decide to get back up, you're strengthening a critical muscle, perseverance. Life is not about avoiding challenges, it's about learning to navigate them. The more you practice facing adversity head-on, the more equipped you become to handle future difficulties. Over time, what once seemed insurmountable becomes just another obstacle you know you can overcome. Moreover, failure gives you clarity. Sometimes when you're in the thick of pursuing a goal, it's easy to lose sight of what's truly important. Failure has a way of bringing priorities into focus. It forces you to reevaluate your approach, reconsider your motivations, and sometimes even redefine what success means to you. This clarity can be a powerful tool as you move forward, ensuring that your efforts are aligned with your true passions and values. When you shift your perspective, failure becomes a foundation to build upon rather than a weight that drags you down. Imagine each setback as a brick handed to you. If you let those bricks pile up around you, they'll form a wall that traps you. But if you take each brick and intentionally place it, you can construct something meaningful, a staircase, a bridge, or even a fortress. The choice is yours. It's also important to remember that failure connects us to our humanity. Everyone fails at some point, and acknowledging this can foster empathy and understanding. When you share your failures with others, you give them permission to be vulnerable and authentic too. Together, you create a community of support where growth is celebrated and fear of failure is diminished. Failure isn't about the moment you fall, it's about what you do after. Do you let it define you, or do you use it as fuel? The answer to that question determines whether failure becomes a stopping point or a launching pad. Rebuilding yourself begins with viewing failure not as the opposite of success, but as an essential part of it. It's the soil where your roots can deepen and your potential can take hold. So when failure comes, and it will, don't fear it. Face it with courage. Embrace it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and build something even greater than what you imagine. Failure is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of a new, stronger version of you. Believing in your ability to overcome is the cornerstone of rebuilding yourself. It's not just a fleeting feeling or a hopeful thought. It's a mindset, a deep-rooted conviction that no matter how hard life gets, you have what it takes to rise again. This belief doesn't come easily, especially when you're standing in the rubble of your plans and dreams. But it's precisely in those moments of doubt and despair that this belief matters the most. It starts with a choice. You must decide to see yourself not as a victim of your circumstances, but as someone capable of navigating through them. This decision is the turning point. It doesn't mean you suddenly have all the answers or that the path forward becomes clear overnight. What it means is that you're willing to bet on yourself even when the odds seem stacked against you. This belief isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the challenges while also recognizing your inner strength. It's looking at the mess around you and saying, this doesn't define me. The obstacles may be real, but so is your ability to overcome them. Sometimes that belief is the only thing that will keep you moving when everything else feels uncertain. Doubt will try to creep in, whispering that you're not good enough or strong enough. When that happens, it's crucial to remind yourself of the victories you've already achieved. Think back to times when you faced challenges and overcame them, even if they seemed small at the time. Each of those moments is proof that you've faced adversity before and come out stronger. Use them as fuel to reinforce your belief in your ability to overcome again. Surrounding yourself with the right influences is also vital. People who believe in you can remind you of your potential when you forget it. They can offer perspectives you might not see and provide encouragement when your own reserves run low. Lean on their support, but also be careful to guard your mind against negativity. Doubters and critics will always exist, but their voices should never be louder than your own belief in yourself. Rebuilding yourself is also about understanding that you are not your failures. Too often, we internalize setbacks as personal flaws, telling ourselves that we failed because we aren't good enough. But the truth is, failure is an event, not an identity. It's something that happens, not something you are. When you separate your worth from your setbacks, you free yourself to keep trying, learning, and growing. Believing in yourself also involves trusting the process. Growth takes time, and progress isn't always linear. There will be days when you feel unstoppable and others when the weight of rebuilding feels unbearable. On those harder days, belief becomes your anchor. It keeps you grounded and focused, reminding you that this phase is temporary and that brighter days are ahead if you keep moving forward. This belief isn't about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about resilience and persistence. It's about showing up for yourself even when the odds are daunting. It's about saying, I may not know how to get there yet, but I'll keep going until I do. Ultimately, belief in your ability to overcome is about recognizing the power within you. It's about understanding that while circumstances may shape your journey, they don't dictate your destination. The power to rebuild, to rise, to thrive, it's all within you. When you truly embrace this, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So hold on to that belief tightly, nurture it, protect it, and let it guide you through the darkest moments. Because no matter where you are right now, you have what it takes to rebuild yourself and create a future that's stronger and brighter than ever before. Rebuilding yourself requires commitment to consistent, daily effort. This process isn't about grand gestures or quick fixes. It's about the small, deliberate actions you take every single day. It's the discipline to keep showing up for yourself even when progress feels slow, and the determination to keep moving forward even when it's hard. Often, the idea of rebuilding can feel overwhelming. You might look at the gap between where you are and where you want to be and think, how can I possibly get there? But the truth is, you don't have to get there all at once. Success and transformation are not achieved in a single leap, but through countless small steps, taken consistently over time. Each day is an opportunity to take one of those steps. Maybe it's waking up a little earlier to plan your day. Maybe it's committing to learning a new skill or dedicating an hour to a project you've been putting off. It could be as simple as choosing to think positively when your mind wants to spiral into doubt. Whatever it is, the key is to focus on what you can do today, right now. It's important to remember that progress isn't always visible in the moment. Sometimes it feels like all your effort is going unnoticed, like you're running in place. But the truth is, those small actions are building momentum beneath the surface. But think of it like planting a seed. For weeks, you might not see any growth, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. The roots are taking hold, setting the foundation for something to bloom. Your consistent effort is doing the same. Discipline plays a huge role in this process. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, when the weight of rebuilding seems too heavy, or when you just want to give up. That's when discipline steps in. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is what keeps you going when your emotions try to convince you to stop. It's the commitment to stick to your goals, no matter how you feel in the moment. Another important aspect of daily effort is celebrating small wins. It's easy to get so focused on the end goal that you overlook the progress you're making along the way. But every step forward, no matter how small, deserves recognition. Did you complete a task you've been avoiding? Celebrate it. Did you make it through a tough day without giving up? That's a victory. These small acknowledgments fuel your momentum and remind you that you're moving in the right direction. The effort you put in every day isn't just about achieving a specific goal. It's about building habits that align with the person you want to become. Habits are the foundation of your future self. When you consistently prioritize actions that move you closer to your goals, you're not just changing your circumstances, you're transforming your identity. You're becoming someone who is resilient, disciplined, and capable of overcoming challenges. Rebuilding yourself also requires patience. It's natural to want quick results, but meaningful change takes time. Trust the process even when progress feels slow. Remind yourself that every great achievement started with someone making a commitment to put in the work day after day. Ultimately, the power of daily effort lies in its cumulative impact. Each small step might not seem significant on its own, but when you add them up, they create something extraordinary. A single drop of water doesn't fill a jar, but drop by drop, the jar overflows. The same is true for your efforts. Each day you show up, you're adding to something bigger than yourself, a future built on persistence, discipline, and faith in your ability to overcome. So take it one day at a time. Focus on what you can do today, and then do it again tomorrow. Keep showing up, and before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Rebuilding yourself isn't about perfection, it's about progress. And progress happens one step at a time. Rebuilding yourself requires learning from your failures and adapting to new circumstances. Every setback carries within it the seeds of wisdom and growth, but it's up to you to recognize them. Failure is not a dead end, it's a detour, a chance to reevaluate, recalibrate, and come back stronger. The ability to extract lessons from your experiences and apply them in meaningful ways is what transforms obstacles into opportunities. The first step is reflection. When things don't go as planned, it's natural to feel frustrated, disappointed, or even defeated. But instead of letting those emotions consume you, take a step back and analyze the situation. What went wrong? Was it something you could have controlled, or was it due to factors outside your influence? Did you underestimate the challenge, or were there warning signs you overlooked? Honest reflection allows you to identify the root causes of failure, which is essential for moving forward. Learning from failure also requires humility. It's not easy to admit when you made a mistake or when your approach wasn't effective. Pride can sometimes get in the way, leading you to blame external circumstances or other people. But true growth comes from taking responsibility for your actions. Owning your mistakes is not a sign of weakness, it's a demonstration of strength. It shows that you're willing to learn and grow, no matter how uncomfortable the process might be. Once you've identified the lessons in your failure, the next step is to adapt. Growth requires change, and change often requires stepping out of your comfort zone. If your old approach didn't work, it's time to try something new. This might mean seeking advice from others, developing new skills, or adjusting your goals to align better with your abilities and circumstances. Adapting doesn't mean giving up on your dreams, it means finding smarter, more effective ways to achieve them. One of the most powerful lessons failure teaches is resilience. When you face challenges and setbacks, you build mental and emotional strength. You learn to persevere in the face of adversity and to keep going even when the odds are against you. This resilience becomes a cornerstone of your character, giving you the confidence to tackle future challenges with courage and determination. Failure also teaches creativity. When one path doesn't work, it forces you to think outside the box and explore alternatives. Some of the most innovative ideas and breakthroughs come from people who were willing to try something different after failing. This willingness to experiment and adapt opens up possibilities you might never have considered if everything had gone smoothly the first time. Another critical aspect of learning from failure is recognizing that it's part of a larger process. Success is rarely a straight line. It's a journey filled with peaks and valleys, victories and setbacks. Each failure is a step along that journey, contributing to your growth and preparing you for the challenges ahead. When you view failure as part of the process, it becomes less daunting and more manageable. It's also important to let go of the fear of failure. Fear can paralyze you, preventing you from taking risks or trying again after a setback. But when you see failure as an opportunity to learn, it loses its power to intimidate you. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as a natural part of growth. The only true failure is refusing to try. Finally, remember that learning from failure is an ongoing process. Life will continue to present new challenges, and not every attempt will succeed. But with each experience, you'll become more skilled at analyzing your mistakes, adapting to change, and using setbacks as stepping stones to success. Rebuilding yourself is not about avoiding failure, but about using it to your advantage. Every time you learn from a setback and make adjustments, you're building a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. It's this ability to learn and adapt that ensures you can overcome any obstacle and continue moving forward, no matter what life throws your way. Rebuilding yourself requires surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you choose to spend time with have a profound impact on your mindset, motivation, and overall progress. They can either uplift you and propel you toward your goals or drain your energy and keep you stuck in place. As you rebuild, it's essential to curate a support system that aligns with the person you're becoming, not just the person you've been. One of the most important aspects of surrounding yourself with positive influences is seeking out those who believe in you. These individuals see your potential even when you can't see it yourself. They are the ones who encourage you to keep going when the journey feels overwhelming and who celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Their belief in you can be a powerful motivator, giving you the confidence to push past doubt and continue striving for growth. It's also important to let go of the fear of failure. Fear can paralyze you, preventing you from taking risks or trying again after a setback. But when you see failure as an opportunity to learn, it loses its power to intimidate you. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as a natural part of growth. The only true failure is refusing to try. Finally, remember that learning from failure is an ongoing process. Life will continue to present new challenges, and not every attempt will succeed. But with each experience, you'll become more skilled at analyzing your mistakes, adapting to change, and using setbacks as stepping stones to success. Rebuilding yourself is not about avoiding failure, but about using it to your advantage. Every time you learn from a setback and make adjustments, you're building a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. It's this ability to learn and adapt that ensures you can overcome any obstacle and continue moving forward, no matter what life throws your way. Rebuilding yourself requires surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you choose to spend time with have a profound impact on your mindset, motivation, and overall progress. They can either uplift you and propel you toward your goals, or drain your energy and keep you stuck in place. As you rebuild, it's essential to curate a support system that aligns with the person you're becoming, not just the person you've been. One of the most important aspects of surrounding yourself with positive influences is seeking out those who believe in you. These individuals see your potential even when you can't see it yourself. They are the ones who encourage you to keep going when the journey feels overwhelming and who celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Their belief in you can be a powerful motivator, giving you the confidence to push past doubt and continue striving for growth. It's also vital to surround yourself with people who challenge you. Positive influence doesn't mean blind affirmation, it means constructive encouragement. These are the people who hold you accountable, who push you to step out of your comfort zone, and who inspire you to aim higher. They offer honest feedback, not to tear you down, but to help you see where you can improve and grow. Their presence helps you stay focused on your goals and reminds you of what's possible when you give your best effort. As you rebuild, be mindful of the energy you allow into your life. Negativity is contagious, and spending too much time with people who constantly complain, doubt, or criticize can drain your motivation and diminish your belief in yourself. While it's not always possible to avoid negativity entirely, you can choose to minimize its influence by setting boundaries and prioritizing relationships that bring positivity and encouragement. In addition to friends and family, mentors and role models can play a significant role in your journey. These individuals have walked paths similar to the one you're on and can offer guidance, wisdom, and perspective. They can help you navigate challenges, avoid common pitfalls, and provide insights that come from their own experiences. Seeking out mentorship, whether through personal relationships, books, or online resources, can accelerate your growth and provide invaluable support as you rebuild. Another key component of positive influences is being intentional about the environment you create for yourself. Your environment extends beyond the people in your life to include the media you consume, the habits you cultivate, and the spaces you inhabit. Surround yourself with inspiration books, podcasts, and stories that motivate you to keep pushing forward. Fill your space with reminders of your goals and achievements, creating an atmosphere that reinforces your commitment to growth. As you focus on building a network of positive influences, remember that relationships are a two-way street. It's not just about what others can do for you, it's also about what you bring to the table. Be the kind of person who uplifts, encourages, and supports others. When you invest in the growth and well-being of those around you, you create a reciprocal dynamic where everyone thrives. While surrounding yourself with positive influences is critical, it's equally important to evaluate and, if necessary, let go of relationships that no longer serve your growth. This can be difficult, especially when it involves people who have been part of your life for a long time. However, as you rebuild, your priorities and values may change, and not everyone will align with your journey. Letting go doesn't mean cutting ties out of anger or resentment. It means making space for relationships that support your evolution. Ultimately, the people and influences you choose to surround yourself with become a reflection of your journey. They shape your thoughts, fuel your ambitions, and help you navigate the challenges of rebuilding. By intentionally curating a network of positive, supportive, and inspiring influences, you create an environment where growth becomes not only possible but inevitable. Rebuilding yourself is a collective effort. While the work is yours to do, the right influences can provide the encouragement, perspective, and strength you need to stay the course. Choose wisely and surround yourself with those who help you rise. Rebuilding yourself is not just about returning to who you once were, it's about creating a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. It's an intentional process of rising from adversity with purpose and determination, not merely to recover, but to transform. This approach ensures that the foundation you're laying now is fortified by the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the vision you've cultivated for your future. To rebuild with purpose means knowing what you want to achieve and why it matters. It starts with clarity. You can't rebuild aimlessly. You need a blueprint, a sense of direction that aligns with your values and aspirations. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What are your priorities? What are the things that bring you joy and fulfillment? This clarity becomes your guiding light, helping you stay focused even when challenges arise. Resilience is equally important in this process. Life will continue to test you even as you rebuild. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments when progress feels slow or non-existent. Resilience is what allows you to keep going, to rise again after every fall. It's not just about enduring hardship, but about using it as fuel for growth. Each challenge you face strengthens your capacity to overcome the next. It builds a deep inner confidence that says, no matter what comes my way, I can handle it. Rebuilding with purpose also involves letting go of what no longer serves you. Sometimes we cling to old habits, relationships, or mindsets because they feel familiar, even if they're holding us back. To truly rebuild, you must be willing to release these anchors. This might mean redefining your identity, stepping away from people who don't support your growth, or challenging beliefs that limit your potential. It's not always easy, but it's necessary to create space for the new and improved version of yourself to emerge. Another key aspect of rebuilding is embracing the process rather than focusing solely on the outcome. It's tempting to fixate on the end goal, to want everything to fall into place immediately. But true transformation takes time and patience. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrate the progress you're making, even if it feels incremental. Recognize that every effort contributes to the bigger picture. This mindset helps you stay motivated and prevents frustration from derailing your journey. Building with purpose and resilience also requires adaptability. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, And the path to growth is often winding. Being flexible and open to change allows you to navigate these twists and turns without losing sight of your purpose. Adaptability doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means finding new ways to reach them when obstacles arise. It's about viewing challenges as opportunities to innovate and grow rather than as reasons to give up. Equally important is the idea of self-compassion. As you rebuild, there will be moments when you fall short of your expectations. You might make mistakes, face setbacks, or feel like you're not progressing fast enough. In these moments, it's crucial to treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge your efforts, forgive your missteps, and remind yourself that growth is a journey, not a race. Self-compassion gives you the strength to keep moving forward without being weighed down by self-criticism. Rebuilding yourself also means taking ownership of your narrative. You get to decide who you become and how your story unfolds. Don't let external circumstances or past failures define you. Instead, use them as chapters in a larger story of resilience, growth, and triumph. Every time you choose to rise, you're rewriting your narrative and proving to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. Ultimately, rebuilding with purpose and resilience is about transforming adversity into opportunity. It's about becoming someone who not only survives challenges, but thrives because of them. This version of you is not just a reflection of your past, but a testament to your strength, determination, and vision for the future. By committing to this process, you're creating a life that is not only rebuilt, but reimagined, stronger and more purposeful than ever before. Rebuilding yourself is one of the most powerful journeys you can undertake. It's not just about overcoming setbacks or piecing together what was broken. It's about rising stronger, learning from failure, and evolving into a version of yourself you may not have thought possible. This process requires belief in your own resilience, daily commitment to progress, and a willingness to adapt and learn. It calls for surrounding yourself with positive influences, releasing what no longer serves you, and staying focused on a purposeful vision of your future. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. Every challenge you face adds to your strength, and every lesson you learn shapes your path forward. Rebuilding yourself is not a race to perfection, but a testament to your determination, your capacity to grow, and your refusal to give up. So embrace the process, trust in your ability to overcome. Surround yourself with those who lift you higher, and let every setback be a stepping stone to success. Most importantly, rebuild not just for survival, but for transformation. Because the greatest triumph is not in simply recovering from life's challenges, but in becoming someone who thrives because of them. The power to rebuild and rise lies within you always.